Hey, welcome back to AttractPassion. Today we will be talking about Kundalini Awakening, Kundalini energy. What is it, and if it is good or bad, or how we can awaken that energy. Pineal gland also, we will be talking about that as well. So at the end of this video, you will know exactly what you need to know about Kundalini. Maybe more, maybe less. Maybe you can do your own research about it, but I can share you lots of my own personal experiences with awakening my Kundalini energy and how it felt like, what I have experienced through that process. So, firstly, what is Kundalini awakening or Kundalini energy? I will show you that way. So I will draw it here, a person which is meditating, because Kundalini is known more from meditation. Maybe Kundalini yoga is more recognized, and we will be talking about what it truly means. So I received comment yesterday if I could talk a little bit about Kundalini Awakening, because there's so much misunderstanding. Some people are saying it's bad, some people are saying it's evil, some people are saying it's good. So it's easy to be kind of stressed about it, kind of lost in all this informations, which right now we are living in this age of too much informations. And maybe it's like kind of natural to be stressed about it, because we don't know in which part to believe in, you know, what is really good now and what is not so good. And we will actually never know what is good and what is not good if we will be looking for answers outside of us. You know, if you will try to Google the answer, you will never know what is good and what is bad. Maybe you can find different directions which can help you with that, but the true answer you can always find just within you. And that's what we are talking on my channel most of the time, about manifesting, about energy, raising the energy, the truth about life, which is always within us. We can find different guidance outside of us, but the whole truth, the all answers to all questions can be found just within us. So Kundalini energy is known as prana. It is a life force, a life energy which is giving us life. So everything is Kundalini. If we are looking that way, everything is Kundalini. If you look in the flower, if you look into the animal, if you're looking into your own movement, into your body, everything is Kundalini, because everything is made from that life force, prana. And from quantum physics, we can learn that all cells in our body are made out of atoms. In atoms, we can find 99.9999% of energy. And energy is again that life force. So our bodies are made out of that Kundalini, so known as Kundalini. And Kundalini awakening means when we awaken all our energy centers within our body, and when we awaken all those life energy centers within our body, the Kundalini will rise, the energy will rise, and we will experience awakening. If you can remember, when I'm making videos about raising our energy, it can look the same way now as we are explaining it with this body. The energy is rising. Higher we go, higher frequencies we are experiencing. And that's what Kundalini awakening truly means. Awakening of our full potential power. With awakening comes also knowledge, wisdom. With awakening comes higher understanding of life, the truth of life. All those things comes with awakening. But why some people think it's bad? Because some people think it's evil thing, that Kundalini awakening can be evil thing, and from our past, ancient ancestors were using different techniques to awaken the Kundalini energy, and because some people had negative experiences with that, they also described it as evil thing because we can experience negative moments as well. But it all depends of firstly our purpose, what we truly want to or why we want to awaken that energy. That's why it can be also dangerous for some people. So clear intention is important when it comes to awakening the energy, because the people who can truly experience something negative with Kundalini awakening, most of the times materialists, because sometimes people think, oh, I will awaken that energy so I can manifest more money or more abundance. But if we are not researching enough about what spirituality is all about, it is all about oneness, wholeness, it is about freedom, it is about unity. So when materialist is looking on that from his or her own perspective, he or she can see just the benefit of it, and it is causing the separation. So that's why sometimes people can experience fear in with higher energy, and if we experience fear with higher energy, we can manifest it. And manifestation of fear can be experienced through different visions, through different like mystical moments, but more like a demonic moments. But it's so rare phenomenon that can happen to some people, so I don't want to scare you with that, because at the first place it's all about love. You know, life is love, and as we are talking in most of my videos, that this energy is love, and if we connect to that energy, if we connect to that truth, as David Icke is calling the truth vibration, that's what it means when we are connecting to that truth. We are feeling and experiencing more love, and higher we go, higher love we experience. That's why Kundalini awakening can be truly powerful. And we will also explain how you can do it, how you can experience it, and how you can prepare for it. Because of our life's experiences, we have lots of stored emotions, and emotions are stored in the lower parts of our body. That's from Sanskrit texts, from old books, ancient books, and also science now is explaining it the same way, because when they are measuring the energy within human bodies, they can notice that people which are stressed and most of the times also depressed have lots of stored energy in the lower parts of their bodies. And if there is so much stored energy, it means that this energy is not going above their lower body through the heart and through their brain, through their crown chakra. And when they start to practicing different types of meditations, they start awakening that energy, awakening chakras. Firstly, awakening of the heart chakra. Heart chakra is known as the chakra of love, the oneness, unity. So that's why most of the times, if we place our attention onto our heart, we can feel more love, because we are already raising the energy from the stored emotions. But then if we go higher to our brain, we can activate pineal gland. Pineal gland is like a small center within our brain, which is like a receiver for higher frequencies, so we can see into a different dimensions. And when we are looking into different dimensions, we start to look also on life totally differently, because we understand more about the nature of life. We understand more about that reality and the illusion of that reality. And one more time, that's why awakening of that energy can be truly powerful. So how we can now really experience the Kundalini awakening? There are different methods, and if you want, you can find a great scientific explanation of Kundalini energy awakening. Dr. Joe Dispenza is talking about that, and I want to play the video here, so you will be able to see what he is saying about that awakening. So maybe if you're kind of scared about it, if you think it's something bad, maybe that explanation, more scientific explanation, can help you understand more about the energy which is stored in your body and the energy that you are producing. And later, after that video that will be played here in the screen, amazing, right? I will explain you a little bit of my own personal experiences. Also, I've made a painting after the vision that I've got with Kundalini Awakening. So let's play this video now.
You have an enormous amount of energy in your first center. So much life force that it can create another human being. That's a lot of coiled up energy. And if energy then, all of that energy could make it to your heart. If it makes it to your heart, it's going to go to your brain. But why not direct it right to that mystical center, to where some conditioning, some veil, some illusion is removed every time our heart opens, every time we connect. We are redistributing that energy between these first three centers. We want the autonomic nervous system to start balancing energy in these three systems. Imagine the same passion you have in your first center being amplified in your heart. That's a lot of love. That is an enormous amount of love. And when it happens, sometimes it's almost like you have to malfunction for a bit. I mean, it's happened to me. I don't function very well. Because it's so big, I need a moment. I just need a moment to let it in. It's not something, it's big. And if that energy makes it to the heart, and it can move right to those crystals in the pineal gland, and that pathway of 146 begins to become opened, and you're training your autonomic nervous system to do it. In time, it'll redistribute that energy amongst these centers, and you can ask my team leaders, a lot of them that have been doing this, and some of the people in this room that have been to several week-long events. There, that moment where it starts to happen and it starts to move, and it's wonderful. But I want to emphasize that this work is not about having a kundalini or a pop, or that's the side effect. I want you to understand of energy moving. I have had enormous amounts of energy strike my brain and nothing. I was in bliss, my body did nothing. I have other times where there's energy moving through my body and it's trying to find a pathway and it does weird things. But it finally works its way out if I keep surrendering to it. I don't make that a habit, because then I'm stuck. I'm repeating the same thing. If it's happening over and over again until it's done, it usually changes. But we're not doing this work so you could say, oh, I popped, you didn't pop. What's up with you? Are you going to go all in? That's not what this is about. This is not about competition. And the person who hasn't popped, what am I doing wrong? And that's polarity, and that's duality. Just remember, when there's a change in consciousness, there's a change in energy. And people have the mediation of energy when it's right for them. And I have had all kinds of crazy things, but what I realized is that if I'm just doing the work to produce that crazy thing, and my life isn't looking pretty good, there's something missing. Would you agree? It has to be that this is practical, that your efforts are a continuum. There's no end to it. And the side effects that take place with your body, the side effects that take place in the mystical, whatever, that's incidental to what you are doing to create a better life, to create a new moment, to create a new experience. So don't get caught up in the phenomenon. Just get lost in the effort. That's all you have to do. How many people understand what I'm talking about? Can we just take care of that as a group? Because I don't want it to be about that.
Okay, so this is it what Dr. Joe Dispenza is saying about awakening of that energy, awakening of the chakras, the energy centers within our body. I've made another chakra here because from Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, we have another chakra here in the back of, it's actually in the middle of the back of our head and the back of our neck. And that's kind of it about that. So one of my personal experiences, I was doing a Kundalini yoga, I think 2 years ago, for the first time that I have experienced that awakening of my energy. I felt firstly that my energy in my body is rising through my spine. I felt more energized, and suddenly I saw a human body. It was like, firstly it was just a human body, and then it started to separating from the front and the back side of the body, and then in the middle side was the light body. I will show a painting that I've created after that vision. Here you will be able to see it. And what it gave me an understanding that we are actually that light body within our bodies. Our body is like an identity, but this light is a soul being, light being, which is much more powerful, much more aware. And what is our power is that if we place our attention within our body, we actually become more aware of our soul, or we become more aware of who we truly are. That's also from our past. Some people started promoting this awakening as it is something bad, because those people didn't want to show people the truth. And everyone who is awakening their energy will learn more about the truth of life. And I think it's a really powerful way, but it's good if you do a little bit of your own research. If you're good in meditation, if you're meditating for a long time, you will probably experience something amazing. You will awaken your energy, you will awaken, or you will look into higher dimensions. But also if you're a beginner with meditation and you have like a positive purpose with that, you want to learn more about life, maybe you want to heal your body, because that's another way you can do with higher energy. You can create your own healing. That's also proven by science. But for people who have, like, it's the same as everything else. This one and the same thing can be used for positive and for negative purposes. And same is with energy. So I want to talk about positive things, because when we awaken that energy, we can't access to higher dimensions with hate and separation. That's why we can experience negative events, because those are like blocking us from going further. So only with love, with compassion, with that positive attitude, positive energy, we can truly access to those higher dimensions. So this is it from my part of Kundalini Awakening. And if we can talk now about how you can truly experience it, there is many different Kundalini yoga practices. You can find them here on YouTube. But also meditation can be a powerful way if you turn on an inspiring music, and if you separate yourself from any loud environment, like find a peaceful place. It can be room or you can be outside in the nature, but truly put on some inspiring music and become firstly focused on your heart. Become aware of your heart. You will activate your heart center. You will activate love. You will activate this positive energy. Then awaken emotions. So I can wrote it here. Firstly, focus on heart. On heart. Focus on heart. Then when you will become more aware of your heart, elevate emotions of love, elevate emotions of joy. You can think about something that bring you lots of this positive emotions. So I will wrote elevate emotions. Then after that, start doing power breathing. Power breath is, I've made some videos about power breath. So power breath looks like that you are, while you are breathing in, you are squeezing the lower muscles of your body. Those are the same muscles that you are using when you are lifting something heavy from the floor. In fitness or gym, they would call them core muscles. So when you are breathing in, squeeze those lower muscles of your body. And at the same time, imagine as the ball of light is traveling from the first chakra through your body, through your heart, through your brain, into the crown chakra, and stay in the crown chakra for a few seconds and then breathe out. And repeat it for at least 10 or 15 breaths. And by that you will start awakening your energy, your stored energy from the lower parts of your body. You can find also guided meditations on power breathing on my channel. You can check the playlist of guided meditations and you will find a power breath guided meditation. So the third one is power breath. And after power breathing, you can lay down and just relax. Still listening and inspiring music, it will help you to relax your mind, your thoughts, and maybe for the first time, maybe after some time, you will start seeing different visions. Maybe you will have different mystical experiences. From my personal experiences, it was always beautiful. It was always an experience filled with love and good energy. Some people experience healing within their bodies. Some people get different messages how to go on with their lives or what changes they should apply in their lives. Like there's so many different stories. I don't have any negative experience with that, but I would say it's kind of advanced technique. And one thing I could add here, what about manifesting? What about Kundalini energy and what it has to do with manifesting? Because at the beginning I said that people who are materialists or too much materialists, too much attached just to material things maybe can experience negative events. But let's say we have positive purposes and we want to manifest more abundance, more money, more health, greater relationships, whatever it is. People which are raising their energy are better with manifesting, because higher we go with the energy, easier it is to manifest, because as I mentioned, everything is love. This energy is love. More love we radiate, if we are raising our energy, our state of being is getting stronger, vibrating stronger, easier it is to attract the things into our life. So when we are talking about manifestation, we are always talking about raising the energy. Firstly, you are visualizing something. Then you're awakening emotions as you already have it. And when you're awakening emotions, you're actually awakening that Kundalini energy. Because higher you go with those vibrations, more love, more joy, more gratitude you are experiencing. That's why I said that you can't step with negative emotions into higher dimensions. You can experience fear, you can manifest negative events or negative experiences, but not on the high vibrations, because everything is about unity. Higher we go, more we are becoming one with everything, more we are becoming connected with that source of life, quantum field, or God, or universe, however you want to call it. So higher we go, more we are awakening that energy, more love we are experiencing. So people who are awakening that energy more often are also better with manifesting, are also happier, have also more money, greater relationships, and things like that. So this is another powerful way. And now how you can so this is it for today about Kundalini Awakening, Kundalini energy. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm wishing you a peaceful meditation and have a beautiful time. I'm sending you all blessings and love. Peace.